Good day, everyone. I am Miss Giselle Raleigh from BSed English 4B. For the continuation of the topic, Narrative Stylistics, without further ado, let's start. The next step involves sorting out the various stylistic elements which make up narrative discourse. To help organize narrative analysis into clearly demarcated areas of study, let us adopt the model shown. The term plot is generally understood to refer to the storyline of a narrative. That is, the sequence of elemental chronologically ordered events which create the inner core of a narrative. The narrative discourse, by contrast, encompasses the manner of means by which that plot is narrated. For example, the use of stylistic devices such as flashback, previsions, and repetition, all of which serve to disrupt the basic chronologically of the narrative's plot. Thus, the narrative discourse represents the realized text. The categories towards the right of the diagram constitute 6 basic units of analysis in narrative description. Although there are substantial areas of overlap between these units, they nonetheless offer a useful set of reference points for pinpointing the specific aspects of a narrative which can inform a stylistic analysis. First is textual medium. This refers simply to the physical channel of communication through which a story is narrated. Two common narrative media are film and novel. The example cited thus far in this unit represents another common medium for the transmission of a narrative experience. Second is sociolinguistic code. This expresses through language the historical, cultural, and linguistic setting which frames a narrative. It locates the narrative in time and place by drawing upon the forms of language which reflect this sociocultural context. Third, characterization 1, action and events. This describes how the development of characteristic precipitates and intersects with the actions and events of a story. It accounts for the ways in which the narrative intermeshes with the particular kinds of semantic process. Next is a characterization 2, which is point of view. This explores the relationship between a mode of narration and the character's or narrator's point of view. Mode of narration specifies whether the narrative is relayed in the first person, the third person, or even the second person, while point of view stipulates whether the event of the story are viewed from the perspective of a particular character or from that of an omniscient narrator, or indeed from some mixture of the two. Fifth is the textual structure. It accounts for the way individual narrative units are arranged and organized in a story. So textual structure is a center of interest across the remainder of this strand. Lastly, the intertextuality. The intertextuality is reserved for the technique of allusion. Narrative fiction does not exist in a social and historical vacuum, isolation for external influences, and it often echoes other text and images either as implicit intertextuality or as manifest intertextuality.